Alright, we're going to be installing today the premium Retrofit MMI V7 into my BMW i3, okay? This is barely like pre-programmed already to my car. So let's see how we do it. We're going to remove this seat first. I'm going to try to make this quick and fast. There we go. Just tug up. Should just come out. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Just lift up. Okay, that's out. Oh, kind of dirty. Let's vacuum that. All right, a little bit cleaner now. Let's get this installed. So in this box, you do get a manual to install it. You got this cable right here. This is the main cable. You got your USB cable plug-in. You got your Wi-Fi antenna right here. And then you get two of these black cables. One is flat like this. These two pins are flat. And the other one, you can see, is an L shape. Okay, so flat and L shape. So I'm going to show you how to install it. L shape like this goes right here. Okay, so I'm going to unplug this right here. Okay, L shape one. This thing's been disconnected, so then we just plug this in. Should just connect like this. Okay, you take this other end and you're going to plug it into right here, LVDS in. Okay, that's in. There we go. Then you take your other blue cable. Then you take this other blue cable with the straight edges right there. You're going to take the original pink club, this purple thing that you unplugged right here. And you'll plug it in here to your blue cable. Okay, and then you can take this other end and you'll plug it into LVDS out. Alright, so those are your two things right there. That's it. Then you take this big one and you're going to do this one right here. I want to show you. Let's see, there's a lot of stuff packed in here. Okay, just to show you how to take this one out, there is a little latch that I had to pull up on and then pull it out. I unhooked it from this thing so I have a little bit more wiggle room, and I had to push these cables out to the edge. Now we take the big one, you're just gonna plug it in, line it up like this, okay? Let's see, plug it in right, yes. Okay, to get this in, you do have to unhook this, right? Make sure you see how this piece is moving. You had to plug it in first. Once it's plugged in, then you push down on it and it latches in and locks in. Then you take this. Again, this probably has a moving latch here as well. Let's see, maybe not. Yeah, it doesn't. Let's see if it just plugs in. Have to get around this cable right here. That's a little bit of pain in the butt. But once you get around that, okay, so this piece did come off. This little piece right here, it does come off. And then you gotta push it down to lock. There we go. So this thing clips right here, okay? So it locks in tight. So this little black box right here, this piece right here does clip up. You can pull it up, see how it moves. And then when you lift up, it comes out. So when you put it in, you have to clip down to install it. So now it's locked in. Then you take the other side right here, and you just plug it in to your CAN power. And let's line this up here. 2 notches on the bottom. There we go. That's pushed in. Okay. So that's plugged in. Next, this is your USB if you want to plug external, and that just goes to camera. Again, it's plugged in right. It goes up here like that. Okay. Okay, I forgot a step. It's this beige clip right here. This last one right here. You unplug it. And you're gonna plug it into the little USB cable here. That's on here. It has this little blue clip here. This goes to that beige clip like that. Okay, so now connecting this will allow your USB port up here to control your phone. So I also added a little Roku stick on here. We're gonna see how that works. I use the USB to power it. So we're gonna see how that looks up front. And then finally your Bluetooth, or sorry, your Wi-Fi cable goes right here. And you can just plug it in. See which way this goes. Just up, I guess. There you go. And it rotates. There you go. That's it. There's an HDMI thing here. Maybe you can plug in stuff later. But anyways, this thing right here, this Wi-Fi cable, it tucks in between the insulation right here. All right. Turn out like that. I'm gonna tuck the extra cable in. Let's clean these cables up and put the seat back in. That took a whopping, like what, 5 minutes? All right, I don't think I want to use this USB in this stuff, so I'm just going to leave it here. There's a video cable. I'm going to tuck it in here. This cable just runs underneath the seat belt like this. I kind of push this behind it right here. Looks like everything's pretty clean. I mean, the seat's not going to push down on this, so it's just kind of all tucked into this little cubby right here. All right, let's put the seat back in. Okay. Trying to get these back seats in where it's actually the hardest part. You actually have to get the seat belts through. Once you get the seat belts through, then it is okay, and it's all locked in. See the hose back there. These clips are in place. So now I'm just gonna push down. There we go. All right, clicked in. We're good to go. It's all installed. Just to show you the settings, so you have to make sure your phone's connected media, and you hold down the menu button, and it brings you up to the settings. And in the setup, I set it up so that it says use Cartooth Bluetooth channels on. Make sure that's on. All right. And then once you go back and turn on my phone's Bluetooth, because I turned it off, turn on the car. There we go. And Apple CarPlay works. Music works. The phone works. Google Maps works. Let's just shuffle that. And so if it doesn't play music like this, you have to go back into your media settings and you have to see that it's connected. If it's connected, it should play. Okay, so now turn the car on. You'll see it automatically connects. Should automatically connect. There we go. It goes to the setup screen, but then it goes to Apple CarPlay, and then if you play music, yeah, music. It's great. You do have to use this dial to control everything. That's it. Everything works. Phone calls, ChatGPT. Now I cannot get like streaming stuff to work, like TikTok. The music does not come through. Like there's no music coming through, even though it's connected through Bluetooth. And I think this is because it's through the car media. Like it's connected through this car's media, and it doesn't pick it up. It just picks up music. It doesn't pick up this video stuff. So HDMI. This is not normally showing. Going to HDMI, Yeah, I got a Roku stick connected to this. All right, let's talk about CarPlay and this premium retrofit MMI7. So one, you got to make sure your USB-C cable is CarPlay compatible, or else it won't transfer data, okay? Okay, CarPlay is connected through USB-C. You can hear the audio is coming through from my phone. If I change it, you can hear it. Okay, now if you want to go back to that main screen, what you're going to do is you're going to go down to this icon right here, home. If you go down, it will bring you back to this area, okay? Now, I'll pause the music. If you want to go to setup, to get your music and your cell phone calls, you want to turn on, use car Bluetooth channel, all right? That gets your sounding right. Now, you can do it wireless. I don't have CarPlay through wireless, but you can use Bluetooth. But because I use both my wife and my cell phone use it, I prefer a wired connection. Again, this has to be CarPlay compatible. This is big. Now, another big setting is this part right here. All right, to get the HDMI to show, you have to go to settings, or setup, sorry. Go to upgrade, and then go to HD show on home menu. See, it's on. You have to turn this on. Once you turn it on, this will show HDMI, and then you can select here, and whatever stick you have set up in here in your back, and I showed you earlier that was my Roku stick, you can load Roku on here or whatever stick that you have. Netflix, everything works on here. If you hold this button down, this middle button right here, it changes the aspect ratio. Okay, that's stretched out, and this I like full screen. Full screen works the best for me. All right, this is now connected to my cell phone, so all of these Roku channels will work. So if I go here and just go to YouTube, it'll load off my hotspot right now, or your house Wi-Fi, whatever you have it set up to. So let's say I put this on. Now, if you want sound, notice there's no sound. You do have to hold the menu button here and set your multimedia external devices to aux. If you set to aux, then you hold it comes up. Okay, you'll see the sound now comes out the front. So you do have to change the sound from your external device to the aux. Multimedia, external device, to aux. Okay, now if you want to go back to your phone, you can select your phone and it'll change the audio back here. So that is pretty much this premium retrofit, allowing me to use the Roku stick, or I can go over here back to, if I hold the menu button, it goes back to this. If I go back here, I hit back, the back button right here, I can go back into the screen right here and go to CarPlay.